Everyone has memories of specific scenes in animated movies, moments that today cause nostalgia and a strange sense of momentaneous comfort. Simple things that reminded us of episodes from our lives or sensations that stuck with us since we saw these scenes. Here in this video, I'll show you some of the moments in animated films that stuck with me through the years and in some sort of way is therapeutic to rewatch. Number 10. The fight scene with the leopard in Tarzan. This scene back in the day made me feel really strong about myself. I remember walking around the house in underwear and pretending that I was fighting a leopard. Yes, I was a 4-year-old kid that already wanted to become super strong and flex my muscles. Nessus the Centaur in Hercules. This one I watched a little bit late. And for me, the reason why I really love it, it's because of the game for PlayStation 1. I rewatched the movie so I could know how Hercules defeated the beast, and after a while, when he jumps in the back of the centaur, it got me like a random epiphany. I went back to the game and I used the movie as a tutorial and it worked. Really cool. Number 8. Ending scene in the movie Spirit. This movie is special to me. It has amazing themes surrounding freedom, love and the friendship. The ending scene with the amazing background music I Will Always Return by Bryan Adams, it used to remind me of a girl that I used to like back in the day. Not a deep love, just a crush. But at the same time it felt really emotional, especially to my age. This can be really corny for some people, but I bet it happens to everyone, attaching a movie moment to someone that the person used to like. Number 7. Mickey Mouse The Sorcery Apprentice segment. Oh boy. My mom one day offered me a double VHS tape that contained Mickey Mouse segments and some of the Winnie Pooh too. I remember every single episode of those VHS tapes until this day. And this really stuck with me because of his charm and glamour. Here, Mickey is a sorcerer's apprentice that has the task to clean the floor around the cave. He finds a spell that makes the broom do the work by itself, but things get out of his control and the broom starts to multiply and the chaos happens. Sometimes when my mom gave me the task to clean the room, I tried to point at the broom and do the exact same thing. Number 6. Bird construction in A Bug's Life. This movie is super cool, and this scene got me so much that I used to collect 3 leaves and some rocks to try and do a bird by myself. I was a kid, okay? A kid with a good imagination. Number 5. The introduction of Monsters Inc. This stuck with me, but for the wrong reasons. The whole door sequence is amazing, but the moment where you see the eyes in the shadows under the bed made me check every single night if there was a monster under my bed. But the years passed and became one of my favorite moments too, which is amazing. Number 4. Reincarnation Gate scene. The 2-arc Chinese ghost story. None of my friends know this film, and until this day I always try to convince them to watch it. There are some amazing moments in this film surrounding a guy that falls in love with a ghost. This specific scene, they are on a train full of ghosts with the purpose of passing the Reincarnation Gate. There, they wake up in another life, losing their memories and everything they were in the past. What got me was that the guy eventually avoids this destiny, but at first sight the ghosts don't. That made me cry so hard. And the fact that we all lose our memories when you go away, I hugged my mom, my dad, almost everyone in the family. Too much melancholic, perhaps, but feels good to experience these emotions to remind ourselves that we are humans. Number 3. Rescuing Princess Fiona scene in Shrek 1. I have a thing for big monsters. Okay, that sounded strange. What I mean by that is I find fascinating films that contains dragons, monsters in the sky, eerie creatures, stuff like that. Also, when I was a child I used to have a bridge in front of my building, and in this scene, when they're escaping from the dragon, they go through a bridge to reach the way out. I attached that to the whole sequence with the dragon, and every time that I recall these 2 elements, I have a really good feeling remembering stuff about my childhood. Number 2. The plane scene in Toy Story 2. My cousin is an airplane pilot, and since a child I love airplanes. My mom's family live outside my country, so in Christmas, for at least 4 or 5 years, we used to go on an airplane to visit him. I always loved those trips. The scene in this movie where Woody is trying to rescue Jessie from the airplane is phenomenal, and I remember pausing the movie when my cousin came to my house so I could show him the exact moment. Number 1. The giant observing Hogwarts from the distance in Iron Giant. This film is on number 1 for a reason. It's my favorite animated film of all time, and one day I'll talk about it in depth. In this scene in particular, when Hogwarts is inside the car and looks behind, he sees the giant curving his head and observing him from the distance, as if he was sad that we was left alone. In this movie, the giant arrives on planet Earth, and when the kid finds him, the two become really good friends. And in this scene, you can see how naive and innocent this giant robot is. He's almost a giant baby that wants to have fun and eat a lot of junk food. In this case, he likes metal, by the way. As I said, this video can be very corny, but it was an attempt that hopefully you remember these moments too and can relate. If you like my content, subscribe for more videos in the future. See ya, guys!